All right, AP Lit. I am not here today, but you are starting a ongoing project, which is the electronic portfolios and Weebly websites. So this is a project that we work with all semester, and we work with it in stages. It is actually how you are assessed at the very end of the entire semester in May. You are assessed with a presentation, but you're also assessed with the portfolio. So what we're doing today is starting what's called the first draft. And it has a couple main components. I'm anticipating today the goal is for you to get used to the Weebly program. The second goal is for you guys to explore some models and examples. And then the third thing is to actually start your own Weebly. So this document right here, I'm hoping it will be copied for you. If not, it will be on my Google Classrooms. So this is the first draft assignment and rubric. It is 35 points. You're going to be graded in a couple different ways. I don't want you to get too concerned with the rubric because we are coming back to this and I will be here when we come back to it. But today is kind of an experimentation day. So the second page is actually where you get the better information, more of the overview and actual description of what's required. Like this already says, this is basically the end goal, which is that final exam presentation. And we do this in stages. So first stage right now is to create your home page and introduce yourself. There's a couple different ways you can do this, and I'll show you some examples. Some kids do a two-parter. They do like a home page and an about me. Some kids just do an introduction page. But this is going to talk about who you are, and not more importantly, but also equally important is the purpose of the website. Like this is an AP website, it's a student-based website, and it's a showcase and an electronic portfolio of your learning. The next thing you're going to do is the AP exam page, but I don't want you to worry about this yet. And then the third thing we'll get to soon is the Great Works page. This is the main goal today, though, is to start experimenting with this. You're not going to finish it today, but at least you can kind of get into the groove of it. And the second other kind of goal off of this, if you're keeping track of my numbers, but is you need this website to do your blog for the Merchant of Venice. So we got to kind of get it started, and we were going to start it this week anyway. And then my beautiful daughter got sick with pink eye. So anywho, you will be sharing your website with me under Google Classrooms, and like I said, we'll come back to it. So here are my tips and strategies. Take some time to experiment and get to know the technology program. Weebly is pretty cool. I've used Weebly for years. I used it in college when I had to create my own electronic portfolio as a graduate student. But it's finicky. And one of you is going to win the wonderful Tech Glitchy award today, where basically Weebly won't work for you at all. But most people have pretty good success with it. Explore my website. There's a couple things on Google Classrooms, a couple places you can look to kind of see the students from my past. And then also just think about the genre of a web page. Text size, organization, links. There's a lot of different things to kind of think about. And it'll be easier for this to make more sense when I model. So moving on to the modeling expectations. Here are some of the ones that I do remember. So Alyssa Cutter was really successful with her website. She did a very simplistic 2-page homepage. So she had a lot of kids use their senior pictures, which is great and cute. So she just has a basic welcome. She's got a witty little saying, and then something to think about is stating the purpose of the website. And you do have to cite your images. And I will talk more about this later, but you will notice this thing. It's not the most attractive thing. Some kids handle it a little bit better than others, but you do have to do image citation. So her 2-part intro does this nice little welcome home site, and then when you click it, it goes into a who am I, and it goes into some narratives. It definitely includes a lot of personal pictures. A lot of kids like slideshows, which is a Weebly feature. So she did a 2-parter, which is kind of nice. Connor is my next one. I love Connor's because this thing is hilarious. And you guys have probably already seen this. He really embraced his personality and used a lot of humor. So his homepage is also pretty simplistic in a sense that it just does a welcome. It states the purpose. There's image citation down here. It's got personal pictures. And then he also did a 2-part, which is an about me. Still has the funny little button. And I really like his because he knows the genre of a web page, which is big font, big titles. It's easier to read. It's meant to be read on a screen as opposed to a paper. He used a lot of slideshows. Julie! That's funny. Alright, and then this is pretty cool too. Elena is another one. So she didn't use... I'm hoping this was an image that she took. I really don't like when you guys use these stock images. I think it's kind of lazy. So she has a really inspirational, colorful picture. Her About Me or home page is actually one big feature page to start. Like it has a little bit more. And then she goes into links to other resources. This will come later. And then she actually, I lied, she did a 2-part page right here. Ta-da! She's got an About Me. And I believe she also played up, she did a lot with quotes. And then she did galleries. And these are buttons. So if you click the button, nothing works. Well, it should work, but that's awesome. So that was a bad example. Lesson to learn, if you got buttons, make sure they work. And then we got a couple more. Sophia's is pretty cute. I like the header picture. She played up with voice. Well, hello there. Settle in and stay a while. So she was kind of funny. Personality really shines through. And her homepage just has a big slideshow. And then she used the image citation down here. And then I believe she did an About Me as well. So a lot of these examples are giving you a 2-parter. Her About Me is a lot more simplistic. It's more list-like, which is also a fine way to do it. Here's another one by Sherry Lynn. So this is a Why. I like the big, bold titles. She's got her AP binder, which is kind of cute. And After High School. So she kind of did an overview of herself. Also did a 2-parter About Me. Did my story. She kept things more like uniform in terms of organization, which is kind of nice. So, on that happy note, you guys are going to look at my really cluttered desktop, but today the goal is explore some models, experiment, explore. That's what I really want you guys to do. And I'm exhausted and this video is atrocious, but enjoy. Bye!